That's funny. Oh, man. We had a guy in my mom's hometown, John Dudley, all right? And his dad owned the hardware store, but he didn't have any keys to the hardware store because he would get drunk and go get power tools. And then he let his friends borrow. He was like, boy, you can't do it. I don't know.
My favorite story is you watched Tales from the Tour Bus, right?
Yeah, that's one of the things we bonded on.
Yeah, and I think it was George Jones, like a known fucking drunk, and he was trying to drive to the liquor store, and his wife stole his keys and like threw them in the lawn. So then
why not?
So then he drove his lawnmower on the highway to the fucking liquor store.
Yeah.
The best one I can give you comes from my own family. My uncle got a DUI while he was driving to the jail to pick up my cousin from his DUI release.
My uncle had he got 3 strikes doing like DUIs. He can't drive anymore. he's like a gay hairstylist. He just has like my grandma driving him around everywhere.
Awesome.
It's crazy. He was in jail for like 3 years when I was a kid. I'd be like, where is he? They'd be like, he's at hair school.
Everybody in my family can still drive, but some people have to blow before they can.
George Jones married Tammy Wynette, and you want to know what they called their daughter? Tamitha Georgina.
My favorite thing about George Jones is he has one of the best singing voices of all time. He's phenomenal.
Possible.
But his IQ is slightly above mentally challenged. He's basically a retarded guy with the voice of an angel.
So like Cisco.
That's so funny.
That was such a 2003 joke.
Oh man, we're here with Jordan
Cabo Rubio.
That's such a good name.
That is a badass name.
Thank
I'm
you,
not
bro.
gonna lie, man.
Cabo Rubio.
That's fucking damn, dude. You probably get chicks just from your name.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Girls do like the last name, man.
Mm-hmm.
Guys hate on it. Guys hate on the last name a lot. They're like, I'm not gonna pronounce your last name. It's Jordan C.
That's
It's Jordan
see, I
C.
didn't. I thought it was Jordan C because other people just. I thought you just went up as Jordan C.
I did originally, and then I started I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go by my last name.
Oh.
And then people were like, you need to stop doing that. It's too hard to say. I'm going Jordan C.
No, dude, every fucking Indian comic makes me
Yeah.
say their shitty last name. Like,
Dude, Zach Galifianakis made it.
Yeah.
Anthony
Stand
Jeselnik.
on your name. Make them learn. They
Yeah.
chose to host. This
Yeah.
is their penance.
I always carry around a little notebook when I host, and I literally write down names phonetically.
So I'm going to say
Yeah.
Caval Rubio, and it's going to be Caval like cavalry, and then Rubio like fucking Rubio.
That's literally how you spell my name, by the way.
Okay,
It's
well,
you spelled exactly how it sounds.
All right, yeah.
It's great.
Have you ever blanked on a headliner's name while you were hosting?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Dude,
I've done that before too.
Dude, my favorite is when you still mumble with the energy. You're like, give it up for Jordan. Just totally whiffed on it. Yeah.
What was that like, blinking on the headliner's name? Who was it?
I honestly I can't remember to this day. It was at the Joke Joint though, and it was like my first hosting weekend.
Yeah.
Which is at the time a huge
It's a
fucking deal
huge
to host a
accomplishment,
weekend at a
It's
comedy
the
club.
most important thing you can do on Fuquay.
Yeah, exactly. I drove by the old Joke Joint the other day. Pretty sad place.
It was a weird intersection of my life because I got into comedy when Joke Joint was closing. And so
Yeah.
I got to do 2 open mics there, and then they turned it into a poker room,
Oh, really? Yeah.
which hired me. So I'm working in the ghost of the old Joke Joint, trying to break into comedy while poker's just taking over the comedy that I had made inroads in.
The funny thing about the Joke, there's a bar right next to it. So it's like if you had a hot set, you go next door to the bar, just get handed free drinks at a night, and then go back for the late show. Like, I'm way too drunk. I remember I was featured for Billy D. Washington, and one of those late shows, I was just slurred. And there was some MILF that came back with me. I'm making out, and I'm like, hold on, lady. Time to go.
Get your sloppy tits out of my face. Time to go make the magic happen.
Yeah.
Dude, that sort of rock star shit that never happens. Like 99% of your comedy career, it's just a bunch of weird dudes talking to each other. But like,
No, this is an old Pasadena. I had a bit about her. Because in the middle, like we were making out or whatever, and then like her phone rang and she picked it up and she's like, "No, yeah, I'll take the kids." Or like she's talking about her kids. I was like, "Who is that?" She's like, "Oh, that's my husband." And I was like, "Oh." I gave her like several answers like, "Oh, are you like in an open relationship?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Are you all like about to get divorced? Like y'all are separated?" And she's like, "Oh no." I was like, "Oh, are you just like cheating on him?" She's like, "Yeah." I don't want to be a part of this.
That was one of the scariest things when I started doing comedy. Is like I wasn't good yet. I'm not super attractive. I'm not rich. And all the married women that were willing to easily sleep with me, like, what the fuck do you hoes do when somebody actually special comes to town?
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever slept with a married woman.
Have y'all gotten pussy from y'all's comedy?
Yeah, 1,000%.
I have not. It's
Yeah.
not happened yet.
It will.
It will.
it will, young grasshopper. I promise.
I was
It'll be the most random, unseemly show and the most random night. Like the first time I know it directly happened, I was in New Braunfels in front of like 8 people at Goofy's, I want to say.
I remember Goofy's. Goofy's is still there. Goofy.
And it was just this random lady at the front left table who was like burning a hole through with me while I was on stage. I could like feel this lady staring at me. And then like literally I get off stage, she goes, "You're coming home with me tonight."
Damn.
All right, I wish you'd have told me that before I paid $100 for an Airbnb.
I'll have you know that Goofy's isn't in New Braunfels. It's in Canyon Lake, which is 5 miles from New Braunfels.
He's correct. He is correct.
I had one of my worst sets of my life there. I remember I was bombing on. Literally, there's 2 people in the audience.
Yep.
And I was bombing on stage, and there's like a TV on, and I looked up, and it's someone that went. It was the College Baseball World Series, and someone that I went to my high school that I knew was like batting. And I was like, man, our lives are very different.
Yep.
So, like, how long have you been doing this, Jordan? How long are you in?
Dude, 2 years.
Yeah.
Barely had like 2 years.
We just talked about the 2-year confidence. So you feeling a little confident right now?
I think I've lost all my confidence since like the 2-year hit. I was like super confident. Like once I hit 2 years. It's like around the time I got past The Secret. I was like, okay, I'm doing something. And then like I went like a skid for like a month, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? This is horrible. This is so bad. But it's fun. It's good. It's
I will
good.
tell you, you're a lot further along at 2 years than most of the people I see at 2 years.
Yeah.
Like you can actually construct jokes and you can actually be funny repeatedly.
Thank you, man. Yeah,
A lot of
that's
people can't.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people just do stand up. When they do stand up, I think they just go up there and talk. And it's not like I've been like trying to listen for punchlines, like really try to figure out like the structure of what they're doing, and I'm like, you're just talking. You're not doing a joke. Like there's no like cadence to it. There's no like rhythm. It's just like a speech.
Oh.
There are some people I see, and I just go, who in your life ever told you were funny? Like, why? I literally go, some people are like I feel like they're doing stand-up like it was like court order. Like, I'm like, why are you here?
It's like a fantasy football punishment and shit.
That happens every year in January or February after the fantasy football leagues are over. There's always there'll be one open mic where there'll just be a bunch of random frat bros just at the open mic, and it's like, oh, dude, fucking Caden has to fucking do 5 minutes of stand up, and they make him go last to keep them as an audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we should do that in the comics fantasy football leagues too.
Oh, make
Whoever finishes last do like a hell spot or the shit. Like you have to go work PG clean for these children.
See, I sometimes do clean shows that are
You're also kind of a masochist sometimes.
fair.
I did one show. Somehow I got connected to this guy. His whole business plan was to like get connected with apartment complexes, and so apartments will have like events
And yeah,
and
he
do
would
like comedy shows or whatever. So anyway, I got booked on the one, and it happened to be like right down the street from my place. I was like, oh, this is perfect, and it paid decently. And I get there, and it was like catered. It was like a whole spread and employees there or whatever. But like, I don't know how they marketed it to the residents there. It was all children. like people just drop their kids off there, and I was supposed to do 45 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't have 45 minutes of clean material, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a nightmare. Anyways, I started in my first bit, and they're all just yelling at me. And then one of them goes like, we're a part of the dance team. And I was like, oh, yeah? Do y'all have a dance? She's like, yeah. Do you want to see our dance? I was like, yes, please. And then so like I literally put the microphone down, and then they went on stage and started doing their dances. And like they're like, well, I'm a part of the choir team. I'm like, let's hear you sing. I did maybe 45 seconds of comedy.
That's
and then
the
just
way.
watched them do a talent show. And there was a spread there. I just ate food. I got paid and left. I remember one of them was like, my car was parked out front. Like, is that your car? And I was like, yeah. They're like, you drove here? Like, they're in middle school. Like, have it. And I was like, yeah, I could buy beer. Like, I could do so much cool things.
Speaking of, how old actually are you? Can I offer you alcohol?
I'm 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
24.
impossible to tell.
Dude, people think I'm older. People think I'm younger. I don't know what it is. I think when I hide the tattoos, people think I'm like a.
Well, the tattoos
young
are what's
guy.
fucking me up. Because,
Yeah.
like...
You know what? You got good skin.
Thank you, bro.
But you got tattoos and a mustache and
Yeah.
facial hair, so it's like, you know.
If I shaved it, I'd be babyface.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You
I'd
look
be
like the
babyface.
hardest dude in juvie.
Okay, speaking of you look likes, all right, I was curious. When did y'all start doing? When did that become a thing?
You Look Like has been a show that's been around for over 9 years. It started in Memphis. It started with a woman named Katrina Coleman, Craig Brewer. Well, Katrina, a bunch of the Memphis comics have always talked shit like that. You Look Like stylistically is what we do. And then the whites figured out how to monetize it, even though it's kind of a black thing in Memphis.
Yeah. Like
and
everything?
Then, it got picked up by Craig Brewer for a little while and got put on Heart of the City. And then when I moved back to Houston, COVID hit. I didn't have shit going for me. And Brian opened the Riot and said, hey, man, I'm looking for shows at the Riot. And then I hit up Katrina and was like, hey, can I run You Look Like in Houston? And then it worked. And so now I just do it.
I love You Look Likes, man, because it takes you back to like what comedy started as for me, which was just roasting at or really just getting roasted by black people at like a table and lunch. But it was the best thing ever. And I talked to my friends about it, and like I try to explain to them like the roasts that we did in high school are so much different than the roast you do on You Look Like.
Yes.
Because in high school it was so dependent on like just the funniest guy you knew just had natural delivery, had natural timing. He could say anything, Stu. I was telling my friends, like, my friend would say something out of the, like, he'd be like, you look like an alligator with eczema. And, like, it would get a huge pop because, like, how he said it. Yeah. And then you would try to say a joke, and it would bomb because you just didn't say it as funny as he did. And you were up thinking about it all night.
And then also, dude, the second guy, the reacting guy,
to the roast table was always if the reacting guy wasn't on your side, because I remember that we had fucking Jeremy Kraft was really good at reacting in high school, and so it would just like someone would say and you're like fuck. I wish
The worst is when you bomb a joke and then somebody hits a killer one right after you, and you have to sit in the laughter of someone else, rated, and just stare, waiting for them to stop.
Oh, my favorite is when someone repeats something you said and they get a bigger pop. Like you'll be like, he looks like a bowl of grits on. He said he looked like a bowl of grits on. And everyone's like, that's amazing.
I remember there's this dude that had really messed up teeth.
Yeah.
And they're yellow, whatever. And this one guy told me, he's like, you look like you brush your teeth with a Snickers bar.
It's the dumbest jokes that stay with you.
Yeah.
Like, I've probably written 3,000 of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I still think about this stupid fucking fish joke.
That's a great joke. That's but see, the thing is that's like a very well crafted joke. The high school kids they would see somebody with fucked up teeth and they'd be like,
fat, bitch.
They'd be like, you look like God just threw your teeth in your mouth or something stupid like that.
Exactly.
But
well, when people try to do that on You Look Like too, because like there's some dudes that'll come in and be like, I've been roasting my entire life. I'll just do that, and then like
Some nerdy white guy will have had a month to prepare.
Yep. Do y'all remember any like roast from high school that like just stuck with you? Or do y'all remember anything where you were, or something you were just like, damn?
I remember there was this kid named Trent Holmes, and he sat right next to me or right behind me in this like home economics class or whatever, and he would just like poke me and be like, "You got a big ass head." He'd be like, and then like, shut the fuck up. Everyone's like, "God damn, your head is big." he's like, I know it hurt giving birth to you. And by the end, I'd be like furious. I was like, "Shut the fuck up!" I was like, "I'm gonna fight you." He knew exactly how to like wind me up. I was like, "Fuck you."
This wasn't me, but I was on a baseball bus trip, and there was a short little white kid named Josh Cottle that started trying to roast the black kids. And one of them told him he got a job at the Olive Garden so he could toss people's salads all summer.
Oh, yeah. That's
And for
gold.
high school shit,
Calling people gay in 03
Calling people
was,
gay?
was crazy.
Yeah. I remember one kid had like really like nappy hair and it was like all over the place. And this dude said he looked like an upside down paintbrush. But you're right. It is all about like like if you watch like Don Rickles, most of the shit he says makes no sense at all. He's like, "Why don't you go back and live on the mountains where nobody knows you?" And it's like, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? But it's just his delivery.
Hey,
and
I make fun of
cadence and
everybody,
confidence.
including
It's like-
Puerto Ricans.
It's like it really is just like your fucking confidence in saying it.
it really. I'm sorry. Do you regret any of those tattoos?
I regret none of them. I wish I would have gotten different tattoos, but I don't regret. Regret is a strong word.
Right.
Well, like,
Do I look at myself in the mirror? I don't. Here's the thing with tattoos: you don't like realize they're there after a while.
I get
After
that.
a while, you're just like, I forgot I got these tattoos when I was like 18.
Yeah.
I
I just
feel like
never-
maybe you could have gotten somebody a little more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, these tattoos
It's the
are
outline
good.
on the Texas. That's it.
What do you mean? The outline on Texas is great, Ben.
That's not
I'm so
what-
happy with this.
Oh,
All right,
bro.
don't
Oh, he's
destroy my
autistic.
confidence.
He's autistic as shit. Don't
Yeah.
it's the panhandle's too long. Is literally
my
all he's like.
God,
When you
y'all-
Turn your arm like this, it looks like your arm's giving me a thumbs up.
Oh my god, dude. And I'm gonna get it covered up. Fuck this tattoo. No,
I
but
just got some $600.
when I think about, I don't know, my tattoos. Some people have been asking me about my tattoos a lot lately. I think it's because it's summer. I'm finally like.
Yeah,
wearing
I've never
short
seen you without
and
sleeves
stuff.
before. This is news to me.
Exactly. So like, I think a lot of people have been, and to be fair, no, I don't regret them, but I do think I should have got something else. I should have waited. I would definitely tell like a younger person to wait. But I remember how I was when I was young, and I was like, "Fuck you! I want to look cool. I want to get bitches."
I wouldn't listen to me. I have dumb river people white tattoos. I have a fucking. It says strong or hard on my chest. I've got the big and little dipper traced out in my other arm. I have a fucking rattlesnake over here. Like I look like an asshole when I take my shirt off, and not just because of my tits.
Yeah.
So like,
I have a terrible tattoo on my back right shoulder, bro.
What is it? What is it?
It's a 4 of spades, but done with like a tribal design. It's so fucking bad.
That's some old people tattoos.
That was-
They're the old
That
people
was
tattoos.
23 years ago, bro.
Yeah, I was 1 year old. I was a year old when you got that tattoo. Damn, that's crazy to think of. I
I'm
was
a
like,
dinosaur now.
I was like shitting in a diaper when you got that tattoo.
This is my first week of life ever being 40. I'm trying to adjust to old people shit.
Happy
right
birthday,
now.
by the way, Ben.
Yeah,
That's a
man.
very old thing to do. Is be
See
like,
a balloon that remains.
that's a very old people thing to do. Is like look at a young kid like those tattoos suck. You know, those are shitty tattoos.
Get off my fucking lawn.
back in my day, we put our tattoos
Under where we could still get a job, you know. J-O-B.
Now, with your tattoos, do you find yourself like when you're on stage doing stand up, like it being distracting? Like like girls with big tits wear like turtlenecks, so like
Yes.
it's not like distracting.
Yeah, dude, like
Yes.
jacked dudes always wear really baggy clothing on stage. Like, yeah.
I actually will try to make it a point to wear like long sleeves
See, I
or
do
something
the
that hides it a
opposite.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
If you ever look on my pictures of me on stage, I'm in a hoodie, but the sleeves are always rolled up.
Yeah, that's a very interesting choice.
Because I've spent like $2,000 on the ink on my arm. Why the fuck would I not want to show it to people?
That's a good point.
Like, I didn't pay for this not to look at it.
I think that's one thing about stand up though is like you don't really realize how much your physical appearance does for the rest of your joke until you've been like kind of doing it, and then you like you realize like, oh, maybe it's not believable if like I'm ugly and I talk about getting bitches on stage. Like, that's not really a, because then we just buying it. Everybody's just like, you're just
Well,
lying.
that's when you see hot chicks be like, "Oh my god, I had such an awkward date the other day," and you're like, "I bet you didn't. I bet that guy was trying to be cool as fuck." You know, like,
I've seen people try to reinvent themselves through stand up.
Yeah.
Like a comic that you could tell is kind of dorky or whatever, and then like they'll be on stage being like, "Yeah, I was fucking some slut." You're like, "Nah, you weren't." Like I see, I'm like,
Thumb in.
but it's weird because you realize, like, because you'll know the person and you'll see what they do on stage. You realize they don't know what's interesting about them.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to create a fake person up there. Like, no, what's interesting about you is you're fucking weird. Like talk about that, you know? Like
I try to make my clothes as non-visually interesting as possible. Like I don't.
Ben, you wear a giant weed hoodie with Oscar the Grouch on it and brand new Forces.
All right, the shoes I'll admit, but that's just because I don't want to get roasted by black comics. Like, I'm not playing that game. I saw it happen once at the Duck Off. And
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
You know what's fun as a sneakerhead though is like whenever like you'll be wearing some shoes and then somebody comes up to you with like some bullshit on. They're like, "Look at my shoes. What do you think about those?" And you're like, you don't have the heart to tell. Like those are horrible.
Dog, Danny Guerrero looks so enthusiastic when he's up here, and I'm like, good try, buddy.
That's good. That's decent.
Do your thing.
I wear my dirty work boots and my fucking shoes with holes in them.
But see, like your stand-up, like when I see you and you do, I'm like, yeah, this is Will.
Yeah.
This is
Dude, if I
Will.
show-
You're an authentic package.
If I showed up in clean Forces, everybody would be like, "What is happening right now?" Like,
If you were in a polo, some Levi's, and clean forces, I'd be like, Will has been doing. You look like way too much.
dude, I get this slit in my eyebrow, just going like.
Like the worst version of Will on stage I've only seen once, and it was when I was headlining Riot on Easter, and he had his hair like back in the bun but pulled the full suit off. He looked like a funeral director.
I was at church that day. Where was I?
Yeah, Church Will should never be on stage.
I wore a suit on stage.
He looks like John Travolta about to compete in that dance competition in Pulp Fiction.
John Goodman.
like I Will taught me a lesson of like never try to like police your friends.
Yeah.
Like my dad was in town and he came to the Riot. And like I kind of like prepped him. My dad's like a Christian guy. Like I don't like curse around my dad. Like you know, like he's just very like he's like very like clean sort of proper guy or whatever. So I was like, hey, and then
He literally pulled. I'm pulling up with Grady. He's like, seriously, like, be cool. Like, tonight I go fucking watch this. I immediately go up, tell his dad about the time I pulled that officer in New. The story about how I fucked a prison guard, a female prison guard, and where they make Bluebell ice cream.
Yeah, in Brenham, Texas.
Brenham, Texas.
I'll
After
call
like
it
a
bingo.
Yeah, you're telling that story about like she brought like a handle of vodka with you because she doesn't like Applebee's prices. Shit like
They
that.
were too high.
And he's telling the story about fucking her, and my dad is like howling laughing, like he's dying laughing. My dad loves it. Every time I talk on the phone, he's like, "How's Will love him?"
I remember when
like,
that
"Oh yeah,
happened.
just be
He called
yourself."
me, he's like, I fucked a prison guard after I was calling bingo where they make blue ball. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you're telling me real stories or just doing redneck madness.
No, that was wild. God bless her. Dude, she had a
Fun
dip
lady.
in. She did a dip in.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
Did you get head with someone who had dip in?
Mhm. This was pre-Zins, baby.
It's a sturdy woman, looking stout.
Dude, it was, when we were in the
God
Applebee's, this Mexican was staring. We were in the Applebee's. This Mexican dude was staring me the fuck down all night, and I went to go pee, and he followed me to the bathroom, and I was like, "Hey, do we know each other? What the fuck's up?" He goes, "Nah, that lady you're chilling with, she was my officer when I was in the pen." And I was like, "Oh, word." And he goes, "So you fuck her real good for me tonight. You fuck her good for all of us locked up."
He is the chosen.
So now I'm on stage. So I was fucking this chick the other. No.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy what you'll have sex with if you're in a dry spell. It's like, dude, I gotta break myself out.
The last 6 words of that sentence weren't necessary for me.
Oh man. But yeah,
That's
we went to
New
Braunfels in San Antonio. Call me last weekend, Willie. Should have been there last week, and apparently it was crazy. The weekend before. That happened at both shows. They were just like, yeah, man, last week was wild. They would have loved y'all. I was like, well, what the fuck?
I did a show, we got to a show one time, me, you, and Jerry.
Yeah.
We got there, and there was nobody but the owners. And they're like, well, you can still perform if y'all want to.
Well, you see, I think that's one thing about being like a younger comic is like I'm still excited. Even for that, I'm like still excited. I'm like I'm going out of town. Yeah. Like there's 5 people. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna be in a whole different city doing my stuff. Like this is big for me. This is a moment.
Yeah.
But then for you guys, it's like fuck. We should. You know,
I don't sell tickets. Why does nobody on the internet like me? You know, yeah.
That's why like 2 years in is like the most fun time.
Yeah.
Because it's all exciting. It's all fucking fun. You're like, oh hell yeah, I get to do that. You know what I mean?
What's been the best moment for you so far?
The best moment? Man, I feel like I've had a few. I really like the moments where like I'm in a like whenever I've won like the 1 minute mic at Right, that was a lot of fun. Whenever I won it, You Look Like, that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Getting past was like a really good like feel good moment for me.
Big deal.
But I think those definitely outweigh the bad moments. There have been bad moments too though, and I think those will creep into your head at night. There's
Like,
never the good moments.
The best advice I can give you, legit, and this is going to sound super stupid, but it's helped me a ton, is when you have a night like that,
yeah.
get a picture or something, compile them all in the same place, and when you get down on yourself in this, remind yourself what you've already accomplished.
Yeah,
Because
that's some good
once
advice.
you have legit things you can look at and be like, oh, I actually do this sometimes. It makes the nights when you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? I'm not funny. Easier to deal with.
What I don't know if it's necessarily like I think my biggest problem right now is like dealing with like jealousy. Like I think whenever I get into like when you get to 2 years and you start seeing what other people are doing, there's this weird thing that creeps in where you're like, well, I want to be doing everything. Why is he doing that?
So
I want to
hard.
be doing that. And like that's something I gotta like kind of battle within myself where I'm like, you know.
I gotta never leaves.
I can tell
You gotta find a good way to deal with that. Don't go my route of Jägermeister.
I tell you what I tell myself, man. Like the stuff that's for me ends up finding me.
Nah, it's true.
And you
That's
know,
true.
I know people are jealous of some of the looks I get. And it all kind of balances in the end to me. Like we're all on a different time scale with this.
Absolutely.
Wherever we go. But it's like I don't get jealous anymore. Like I used to get real jealous of Will's shit because he booked like 80 times more than me almost always because he talks to people and submits himself to things. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
But and I just be like, you know what? Our acts are all so different. We're almost playing different sports.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're all having individual golf rounds in a foursome on a show. Like how I do is in no way dependent on how he does. Is no way dependent on like you can murder and my shit's still gonna crush because I'm a different lane than you entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, well, one thing I do like about like being in Houston is I feel like I've learned a lot. But then when I go to other cities, like I did a couple open mics in New York, and that was like the weirdest. That was like a moment where you come back to Houston like appreciating Houston. Where
Absolutely.
you're like, there are crowds. I don't got to pay to do an open mic.
Grady lived in New York for a little while.
Yeah, I lived in New
What
York for
was that
2
like?
years. Awful. There's a reason why I'm back.
He's actually the reason why I've never thought about going.
Yeah, no,
Your description of it doesn't make it seem fun.
Yeah, and I just got trapped at that open mic scene. I never got out of it. I was for 2 years just going to the most soulless, like literally draining fucking open mics. You can't do anything in there. It's all other comics who hate you. You know,
Yeah.
no one's. There's literally 0 audience members, and you have to pay to go to it. You know.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I didn't write any new material. I fell so hard in alcoholism, and I just it was bad. And I hated the city. It's claustrophobic. Everything is tight. There's no nature. You're just surrounded by tall buildings and cement and no natural light, and it's just fucking, it's so fucking bad. It just kills you.
So you don't like New York? Got it. That's
No, I literally haven't been back. I don't think I'll ever go back unless I'm getting
Really?
paid money.
That's one of the things. Yeah, because I see a lot of comics when a lot of the coastal comics, they'll go to New York because you have to like Riz and Raz or whatever. But I don't really ever see myself going to New York just to hang, just to yeah. Why?
yeah.
Why? Well, I don't know.
I don't have any desire to like be a part of the New York scene. Like I have a desire to perform there once to check it off my mental checklist, but after that, I think I'm good.
I've been to New York 3 times already, and it's fun. I don't know. They got good fucking Chinese food. I like that.
I would 10 times rather go to Lafayette.
You learn to walk while you eat in New York.
That's
a big
insane.
thing.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
No,
The thing about New York is you'll see the worst shit ever. Like you literally open your door and like on your stoop is literally a guy like on fentanyl just like I'm not even joking. Like I would like wake up because there's like someone knocking on my door and it's just like a crackhead like and shit. Like it's fucking terrible. I remember one time I was going to some show or whatever and like I saw like this herd of crackheads and behind them was like a 12-year-old that was cracked out of his mind. He was like a zombie. He was like, he's like 12 years old. And I was just like, oh. Like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then like 10 minutes later, you're on stage, like, I don't want to tell jokes. I think I just saw the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? And then
I'm gonna be sad for a little bit.
yeah.
That's rough.
I remember I was walking and like there's just kind of this little space in between these two bushes. And I look over, and it's a homeless man trying to pull a bottle out of his ass. I'm not even joking. Like, you just see that, and you're like, oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh no! In order to forget that, I'm gonna have to drink 1,000,000 beers.
Yeah. And you're just on lunch. And, like, because, like, here's the thing. You're like, every city, they have, like, their fucked up area. Where, like, you see, like, there's just crackheads and all that shit.
Philly, Austin, Houston. We all have. There's a part of the.
But in New York, it's everywhere. There's not like, oh, there's the fucked up part. You know, it's everywhere. Like, you literally walk outside and you see something awful. Like, there's anywhere you go, there's
But
people.
it's cool. At least your bedroom is 6 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah, and there's a train above it, like going at 24/7, and like, yeah, you constantly see people who are like on heroin, like that fucking heroin swing and shit like that.
Fentanyl, TikTok.
And then you walk by, and there's a guy. You're like, I think that guy's dead. Like, I literally think he's dead on the ground or whatever. And you're like, it starts to weigh on you. And also something I've never seen more limbless people. Like, there's so many people that don't have an arm. I remember one time, I'm not even joking, I called Trey Tutson because I'm like, is this just me? Or is this what I go, hey, Trey, if you had to ballpark it, in the last month, how many times have you seen somebody without limbs? Because I just wanted to be like, I feel like I'm seeing it about every day.
Is this a fucked up part of the simulation? Will I get booked more if I see more limbless people?
I was like, I just need I need a reference point because mine's a lot. It's crazy.
You willing to give an arm or a leg for your career?
Yeah, I was like, that's how hard this city is. People are losing their fucking arms.
I don't even know.
Well, I did that for the insurance money. I did that for the insurance money, but then Mom lost the brownstone anyway. And
then I also lived in like the most like, I don't like using the word woke, whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Where like no one has a gender. That everyone that I lived around, no one had a gender. And I'm a white guy who looks like they fucking hated me. It's crazy to just walk around and be like, everyone hates me. Like everyone fucking hates me.
Congratulations. Now you know how every immigrant feels in Trump's country.
I remember this story like specifically. So above the people that lived in the apartment above me were some they-thems that had vaginas. Yeah. So that's what they were.
So I wanted to fuck the vagina.
They were all hot. I got to give them that. And then I remember I was like leaving my apartment, and they're like all trying to push this mattress up the stairs, and they can't.
Yeah.
You know. And so I see them. I'm like, "Hey, do y'all need help pushing the mattress?" And they looked at me with such disgust, like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, all right." And then so I go about my business or whatever. I come back like 2 hours later. They've actually gone back down. They're worse off than where they started. And I was like, "Hey, are y'all sure I don't need any help? Like, I can help." And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Okay." And I just had this thought. I was like, "This is so weird." Like, they hate, and I go like, one, their life is worse because now they spent their entire day trying to get this fucking mattress up the stairs. My life is worse because I just watched 4 of them stare at me with just hatred in their eyes. Now I feel bad about myself.
No, for some reason I feel worse.
Yeah, and it's just like this weird. I was like, God, both of our lives are just worse now. I don't know.
Both of our lives are worse now is a funny thing to say.
Like that's just like one interaction. But just imagine 100 of those throughout your day. Like every day.
I used to call you every once in a while. Be like, "So how's therapy?" You know, like because we would do the thing because every Brooklyn comic would go. So I learned from my therapist the other day, and then they would try to turn that into a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone was doing that bit.
And here was the craziest thing about living there in Brooklyn. I lived in Bushwick. Is that like whenever I would be on a show, and it'd be all of that. It'd be like, "So I'm dating a trans woman," applause break, you know what I mean? And then like all of that stuff. And then I would go up, and because I'm good at stand, I would destroy. Like way harder than they, and in front of the audience that's predispositioned to not like me, I would destroy and then walk off stage and everyone still hated me. They all look. I was like, usually that kind of breaks people. Like when you do well on stage, you make them laugh.
Yeah,
You're like,
come on.
you know what I mean? They still were like, "Fuck you." I was like, God, I can't win.
Brutal.
Fucking awful.
Was there any one moment where you're like, "Yeah, I'm going back to Houston"?
You know what's funny? I knew immediately. I knew within the first week I made a gigantic mistake.
It takes 2 years for a comic to save
And-
up for a plane ticket back to Houston on scale.
I was an idiot, and I had like a going away party. I told everyone I was leaving and shit like that. So then I had this like thought. I was like, I can't just go.
No, I remember. Yeah, we had you going. Yeah, everyone said these nice things. You headlined all the shows.
I was like, I guess I just got to stay here for a little bit. But I knew him. I literally knew within the first week that I fucked up horribly.
Oh, no.
And I shouldn't have done this. Yeah. And then I just stuck around for 2 more years, just hating my life. Like, literally, I remember one.
Just pissing away your 20s.
I remember
to prove a point.
Yeah, it was stupid. I should have gone back. Like, I remember I gone back to Houston for something. I remember flying back to New York, leaving the airport, walking to the bus, and just crying. I just tears streaming out my face. Like, I hate it. I was literally crying walking to the bus station.
Which no one looked around because that's just a normal thing.
Yeah,
New York.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was a giant mess. So many bad stories. I remember this is like a typical just like me experiencing it. So Carrie Burt, my friend Carrie, and her wife Michelle, I would hang out with them. They're great, and
They're from Houston.
Yeah, they're from Houston, and they're lesbian couple that's married. And we went, so I'd go to like gay bars with them all the time. And I remember going to this one gay bar, and they were like, "Hey," but I have no money. The only reason they invited me out, and I said I can't. I have no money. Like, we'll buy your drinks for tonight. I was like, okay, thank you. Like, I can't afford a beer. Like, and they go, so I'm the person checking the IDs is like, would you like to donate $10 to help support Black trans people? And I was like, no. I was like, no, thank you. And then they were like, so you don't support Black trans people? You're gonna come into this bar when you do. I was like, oh, no, I have no money. I just can't. But anyway, I get scolded, and I go, and it's just in a bad mood. You're like, I fucking hate it. It's just like just those interactions all the time. And what's odd about that, I had a joke where I go, I'm Texas liberal and I'm New York QAnon. Like that, because I'm a pretty left-leaning person, but it literally living there made me like Republican. I was like, well, fuck all of you then. I hate it here.
No, I was
fucking weird.
Yeah, I used to have something similar where I was like, I'm a Mississippi liberal, and I'm coastal Hitler.
Yeah.
And no, dude, I remember going up to fucking. I was doing some shows in Portland. And I just doing the bit. You know what one of my old bits. You know what roasting is, right? It's when your black friends are mean to you for no reason.
Yeah.
That works everywhere in the world, apparently, except for Portland, because the Trailblazers were on the road that week. So
They forgot about black people.
it's just like they were just like, what? Why would black people be making fun of you? Like, cause we're friends. Like that's how friends get along with one another.
It's sometimes I would do shows in Manhattan, and I would do there's a couple bits that I have about being broke and donating plasma. That's it is a 100% this kills every single time, and it would die. It would get nothing in these Manhattan shows, and I was like, and I thought about it, I was like, oh, everyone here's rich. They literally don't know what the fuck I'm to the ramen noodles. What are you talking? I literally had to be like, oh, you guys don't know about poor. You guys don't know about not having money. They're like, no, what are you?
What is price per unit?
Yeah. I remember my buddy Chase DeRusso was doing hilarious comedian. He was doing crowd work. And he was like, what do you do for a living? And this guy's like, I'm an ambassador for the Netherlands. That's what he is. He's like, an ambassador. And then Chase, one of the funniest, he goes, you're an ambassador? I don't even know what that job is. That sounds like you're on some here-gee. And he mimed doing a scroll. He goes, you're on some here-gee.
That's hilarious.
I got off stage and I was like, dude, some here. He literally goes, what are you talking about? I go you said that. He's like, I did? I was like, you don't remember saying that's the funniest riff I've ever seen in my life. He's like, no, I'm usually in the moment. I don't really think about it. You're that funny? I've never said something that funny on stage.
While we're talking about bad stories and shit, it's a good comparison from somebody who's been in for tell me about your worst gig ever. These are my favorite stories, especially with you being in for so long. You have to have done something horrific by now.
Yeah. Man, my worst one ever. That's a good question. I there's a couple that stick out in my mind. There was one gig. It was like a Jesse Payton gig, and it was at some bar out in Cyprus or something. It was a sports bar, and I was headlining. I think I was supposed to do 45 minutes to an hour, and I mean it's not that unique of a story, but I remember this being so painful. There was a sports game. I forgot. I think it was a Texans game. Yeah. Sports guys. I tell you, I don't know. I'm not from America.
They were playing the sports game.
Yeah.
11 gentlemen were hitting 11 other gentlemen.
Yeah. And so everyone was just paying attention to that. And I go on stage, and I'm not even joking. Not a single person's face is towards me. They all have their back to me, watching the game or whatever. Oof. And then I see Jesse going on and be like, hey, this guy's really funny. You should check him out. And I see a couple people kind of turn around to check him, and they're like, ugh. And then just turn back around. About 45 minutes of this, you know what I mean? And I remember I was like, fuck, I'm turning my back on y'all. So I literally the crowd is that way, and I just turned my back on the stool, and I'm just telling my jokes to myself for 45 minutes. I remember just sitting there I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm on the path to becoming successful or whatever. This just isn't good. I remember one, I remember this vividly. It was, I was very new to stand up, only maybe a few months in. And at the time, there were no open mics in Houston on the weekend. So I would drive to Austin and literally sleep in my car and do like open mics at different bars. And there's this one, I think it's called like the Dirty Bar or something like that. And there was a show beforehand. And so it was like the show was packed. I remember like Martin Urbano was on it, like a very funny comic. And then there's the open mic afterwards. And I was late on the list. By the time I went up, there's no audience left. And I'm out there bombing. And I go, fuck, this sucks. And then this comic, he was very supportive. He goes, don't worry, man, it's just a bad crowd. And I was like, nah, man, I'm just a bad comedian on stage. And then I remember like getting off stage and second story about me crying. I remember crying, walking back to my car, just crying. And I just slept in my car. Literally. And I was just like, it's amazing. I like did stand up again. Like, it just quit right there. Whatever. But yeah, I remember that like very vividly.
What's happened to you 2 years in so far?
I think all of the worst shows I've had have happened in the last like 6 months. And it's been the first one. It was in February. I was doing that when they had the game show on Saturday nights. And the format of the game show used to really grind my gears because you'd be your two contestants, and each contestant would have to do like 5 minutes before the show even started to like introduce you to the crowd or whatever. But here's the thing: is like towards like the game show just ends up becoming a popularity contest. So if they don't like you, they're not gonna like you at all for the rest of the show.
Right.
I remember I go up and. This was like right before like another comic a comic I respect, by the way. I took her advice and I've been like working on my act. She was like, dude, when you tell your jokes, like they're pretty misogynistic, bro. Like you gotta like find a way to
timely.
It was a joke. Well, so I was in my head about that. I was like, everything I say is mean. Like I'm a mean comic. Like I don't want to be a mean comic. I want to be somebody that people like. So I'm like, I go on stage and I'm like, well, I just gotta do my material. I do 5 minutes. I open up with like a joke where I'm like, I'm trying to loosen up the crowd, get into like dating material. I think I was like, how long y'all been together? Oh, I hope you guys break up. Something stupid. And immediately like, just everybody looks at me like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh. And then I get into my material. I did like an abortion joke, and there's this like drunk white lady in the crowd with like her husband. And she was like, just audibly was like, this kid is bad. This kid is horrible. And I was like, I can hear you. Like, you're in the second row. And then so then I walked to, like, my time ends. I walked to the side where the game show was about to start, whatever. There's one kid. This is the only reason why that night didn't make me, like, seriously, like, at least take a while off. There was a kid that was like my age, like crying, laughing, and he was like, "Nah, this guy, y'all don't get it. This guy knows what he's talking about." And I was like, yes. So he saved me that moment. And then the second worst, this is probably the worst. I wouldn't even say I necessarily like bombed on it, but I think I had put so much pressure into this show. So they did like it was like a big deal. They had like the riot, like
the Usual Suspects one, yeah,
right? And it was like the first one they've done in a year and a half. And it's the audition show, and come and bring your A game, blah blah blah. It's at 7 p.m. on a Thursday, mind you. I just told y'all a lot of my jokes can be interpreted as misogynist or whatever, and I've been in my head about that.
Right.
Since
so you're already a little gun shy too. Yeah.
I've been in my head about it, gun shy. I'm like, I don't know if I want to even tell these jokes. As I'm in the green room watching the entire crowd it's all women. So now I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. This is an audition show. I'm fucked. I go on stage. I'm like, the set that I was going to do, I'm like, last minute, I'm like switching it, which is bad. I shouldn't have done that. I get on stage, do my stuff. It was fine. It wasn't horrible. But like, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't great. It was like a 5 out of 10. It was a mid set, but because of how important I perceived the show to be, it was like a bad moment for me. I walk off. Everybody, like a couple of my friends are like, "What the fuck? You've never told those jokes. What were those jokes?" And I was like, I didn't want to do. And they were like, "Why didn't you do this joke or this joke or this joke?" I was like, because this is a crowd of women. I didn't want them to hate me. They ended up hating me anyway, so I should have just fucking did it. And then I got like my notes, and the notes were like, like it was just like, hey, I think you should chill out on. And I was like, that was me doing like very laid back stuff.
That was light work.
Can I get on my soapbox for like 2 minutes and give like old comic advice from like
Please.
how I dealt with what you're talking about right now?
Yeah.
3 things. 1, every joke punches somebody. That's why they call them punchlines.
Yeah.
You can't let other people's outrage at who you're punching dictate where you go because somebody's always going to be mad.
Yeah.
Second, fuck making everybody like you. Do your jokes to try to find your people. That's how you build your crowd. Like if you're doing your shit, the people who like it, those are your people. The people who don't like me are never going to like the watered down version of me. Because it's not as good. Like I can't do light, family-friendly comedy. If that's the type of person you like, me and you are never going to get along. But there's 8 billion people on this planet. Who gives a fuck about 3 drunken, bitchy white women?
That's a great point.
Like, just tell your jokes, man. Like, it's your time. Don't let other people drive your time.
Right. And I agree with that. I think those have been my biggest struggles lately, though, is like now feeling like, damn, I need to make my stuff as palatable as possible because I want to get booked. But then at the same time, it's like I've been getting booked just doing my shit.
Right.
Like I got here 2 years and like I'm not crazy, but you know, I'm doing enough and I've done that with my stand up. But for some reason, this year has just been like a really weird, like a moment of like reflection and like, I don't want to be this comedian. But like at some point, I think I do have to just accept maybe just the comic I am is the comic I'm going to be. So
I mean, there are a couple of things. So, all right. My worst show ever. I think we were in Kilgore together. You decided you didn't want to do it, so you just stayed in the car. And then
That's happened a couple times where we showed up to horrible gigs. I go, oh, I'm not doing that. And then you'll still go do it, huh?
Yeah, and then you go, I'm not doing that. Luckily, we bought the beer that we were going to drink after the show, before the show, and then you'll just go, I'm out. Then so I got to Kilgore by myself with Grady chilling in the car. It was like outside just a shitty dive bar, and we were opening for a musical magician, and this musical magician set up a tuba in the corner of the room, and I walk in and he goes, "Hey man, whatever you do, don't touch my fucking tuba." And I was like, "All right, dog, I don't think I'm gonna do that." Grady was asleep in the car. Grady was asleep in the car. I do both of our time. I do 40 minutes in Kilgore for a bunch of truck drivers. And you know what? That was the most pleasurable part of the evening because I got off stage and I buried the magician apparently. And so he spent 10 minutes... He spends 10 minutes telling everyone how there were supposed to be 2 comedians, but one of them was drunk in the corner, and the other one was drunk on stage, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then, like, I was like, all right, well, we're going to go get paid from the bar staff now. And I went in to go get I think it was like $150 from the bar staff, and she's like, I can't pay you until the end of the show. I was like, no, I need to get out of here right now. Otherwise, like otherwise I'm going to touch his fucking tuba. And that was a rough one. And then we drove to somewhere and slept on the side of the road. Yeah, that was a sad one. I've done. Yeah. There's been times where it's just.
I remember one time we got booked to do like a car show.
The car show was awful. Yeah, we got booked to do a car show, and this is another time where Grady had
the city.
One of them, something like that. It was Grady had the artistic integrity because it was.
I had reached the point of I'd been doing stand up long enough. Where I go, I'm not going to humiliate myself. Like I'm just not going to do that. You know?
Yeah. No. And me being the guy that just wants to be liked so much by so many different.
Roll up your sleeves,
roll
blue
up and
collar,
rub my belly, and it's like
lunch.
Dude, car shows. You want to hear the cars go vroom vroom and see the scantily clad women. Like you don't need stand-up comedy.
And they also had us going on like after the car show was even over.
Right.
And it was like a tent way off to the side and like everyone was hanging out like down the street or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're literally going and then like I remember like sitting there watching y'all go up and there's just people like yelling like fuck you.
Fuck you, faggot!
just all of that shit, and then like.
And I remember I went up to whatever the guy that put it on. I go like, okay, so I'm not gonna go do that. Like I'm not, but I did
You're still
come
gonna
out
pay me.
here
Yeah.
and like this spent a bunch of time, so I'm gonna get my money, but I'm not gonna do that. And I did. I got paid, and I didn't have to go up and do that because I'm like,
Jedi shit right there.
Wow.
there was also no one actually listening and watching the comedy. I was like, this is terrible, you know, because it's like. It's one of those things where like people have an event like, oh, you know what would also be good? Like comedy. Like we should have, but it's like it doesn't make sense
work
to
ever
be shoved into there or whatever. So I was just like,
I mean, I'm making this joke more and more. Like my next tour is going to be called "Should Have Been Here Last Week." It was like I just got all of the Venmos for everyone. I think everyone's going to get $50, $40 from the 2 shows we did in San Antonio, New Braunfels. You know,
That is so. That's great. I'm so happy with that. That's 2 years in. I'm happy with $50. I would drive 2 hours for $50.
It's crazy because my worst gig story hasn't changed. It happened to me in year 2. And like he's heard it before, but I'll tell you as a cautionary tale. So I get booked to do a show in Abilene, Texas. It's me and Jesse Payton. We're doing a Lubbock, Abilene, Waco.
I'm from Lubbock.
Run.
Yeah.
I like Lubbock. I don't like Abilene. So I get to the gig at a Potosi Live, which is this big ass place. It holds 400 people. They've got like an upper deck. So this is like gonna be one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen. I'm fucking hyped. So I park and I go and I walk through the front door and there's a lady like taking tickets and shit. And I say, hey, I'm one of the comics. Can you tell me where to go? And she goes, no, you're not. I'm like, no, really. Like I opened for Jesse. And she's like, I book all the comics for this stage and I don't know who the fuck you are. You're not getting on my stage. And I'm in the second year. That look on your face there is like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I call Jesse, and Jesse comes to the front, and he's like, I'm the headliner, I pick my open. And they argue about whether or not I'm going to perform for like 25 minutes.
oh,
And I'm
that's a
super
nightmare.
anxious. And I'm just sitting over to the side like, I didn't mean to cause problems, guys. I'm sorry. And so finally Jesse's like, he's going on no matter what. So I'm supposed to do 8 minutes. And I walk on stage, and I make it through 4.5 minutes, and not a single person has laughed at a single thing I've said once.
Jesus.
I bail at 4.5 minutes. While I'm walking off stage, people in the audience have called the venue owner to complain about my set because they found it so foul and offensive. The lady who let me perform eventually got fired for letting me perform.
Wow.
Those fucking Christian-ass people, their entire city can burn as far as I'm concerned. I had to drive back home 7 hours from Abilene, Texas, just sobbing in a Toyota Corolla. Like, I didn't even make 5 minutes.
Oh, dude.
I was so dead.
There's one.
Oh, fuck.
It's my. I won't say my friend's name, but my friend. He's a very funny comedian. I'm not even. He's very good, but Ali Sadiq used to run these rooms in Houston that were like really rough.
Yep, I know where you're getting with this one. This is rough.
And my friend goes, he did this gig at one of Ali's, and he bombed. He did really badly. And then I guess Ali was having to give him a ride back. And you know, Ali is like a legend. Like probably, in my opinion, the best stand-up in the world right now. Like I think he's number one.
Houston comedy legend, definitely.
Yeah, but I honestly think he's number one right now. But that's my opinion.
Side note, have you gotten into the Houston comedy legend status yet? When young comics bring you up, would they go, he's a legend of the Houston comedy?
No one's brought me up. Anyways, so obviously, my friend and everyone like really looks up and respects Ali, you know. And so Ali's driving him back, and he goes, "Man," he goes, "I don't know if you have it." And then he starts naming his friends. He's like, "I mean, Ashton Womack has it. He's good. I mean, Jaffa Khan's funny. He's really got it. But like." You, man, I don't know if you got it. So he bombs the show and then has to listen to like one of his heroes
Talk about his contemporary. It's me just driving around with Jordan. I don't know if you've got. I think Danny Guerrero may have it.
That would hurt. That would hurt. Fuck, dude.
You know, I don't know if you got it, but that Christian Alexander, bro, he's
Christian has it. I look. You know, me and Christian are gonna start a podcast.
Yeah,
And,
we've already discussed it. Yeah, what are you gonna call it?
we're not gonna say. We're not gonna say. It's gonna be surprise. It's gonna be surprise what we call it. I'm very nervous though, cause like he'll call me every day and we talk for like an hour on the phone. And our conversations just go to him like naming who he hates and like he's like, "This is gonna be a part of the podcast. I hope you know that." Like,
No.
like we're gonna be canceled. I was like, I don't know. We're not name dropping people. We're not gonna just talk shit about things.
trying
But that
really
kid,
hard not to do that here, but I fuck up
Yeah.
every once in a while.
yeah, dude, that guy. Christian has it. There are some people when I like watch like new comics. I think that's one thing is like. It's kind of fun to watch people and just imagine like I wonder who I don't think is gonna do it, like make it and who like out of those people I'm like you're gonna
There's
quit.
so many talented people who quit. And
It makes me sad when I think of some of the people who like I used to see all the time. I'm like, man, I like their shit, and they just stopped.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a longevity game. Like the longer I've been doing it, the more I'm kind of like, oh, if you just stick around long enough, like even if they're funny, like people just leave. People just
Yeah, people just
They have
find other
lives.
shit to do.
It's
Like
a good thing.
I wouldn't say a year off, but a year very, very reduced when my mom got sick.
yeah.
I maybe did 20 shows in that year. Just it wasn't important right then.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like people stop calling when you stop going out. You know,
Yeah.
it gets real easy. You forget about people real easy.
Constantly. All right,
We are right at
we're
an
gonna,
hour.
do we want to end it positively? All right.
Yeah, can we spend somewhere a little less dark before we?
Love you guys. All right.
Hey, I appreciate all of you, like, and thank you all for coming and doing this on a Tuesday afternoon.
Thanks for having me,
Of course.
Yeah, man, this is fun.
You want to drop your social media before we get out of here, Jordan?
Jordan CHTX on Instagram.
Jordan Cavill Rubio. I'm gonna say your whole name. You're gonna be a whole
Jordan
name guy for me.
Cavill-Rubio.
Yeah, Jordan Cavill Rubio. No.
Just add affix it. The Jordan Cavalry.
Do girls say your name like during sex?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jordan.
The way
I
you
was
said
thinking the
yes.
last one.
Rubio. I don't know. That might be something to try though.
If
like,
they
say my
just said a
name.
last name,
Say
it would
my
feel
last
like
name.
a football thing. Just like fucking. Oh God, yeah, Cavill Rubio.
Maybe I can make it like a it does sound like a coach, like a coach.
yeah.
Cavill Rubio. Like,
Yeah, you know
all
what?
right, let's.
You know
Your
what?
name sounds like a safe word.
Well, this is a fun topic. What's the weirdest thing a girl's ever said to you during sex?
Easily. Fuck me with your big black N-word dick.
Oh my god.
Holy
I don't
fucking
even have to
shit.
think about that. I think about that at least 10 times a week. Because
my
I faked
God.
an orgasm and I left and I never spoke to her again. Because I was so goddamn confused. I'm mid-stroke, doggy style. And she goes, fuck me with your big black. First off, who do you think I am right now? Second off, is it racist if I come? Is it racist if I don't come? I'm not equipped for this. I'm out. I didn't want to have the follow-up conversation after I blocked her on everything because it's like,
You're like, yeah, we're done here.
I don't want to talk about that with you. I want to pretend like that never happened to me, but I can't forget. You?
Bite me until I bleed.
Holy shit.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Bite me until I bleed. That's rough. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Where did she want you to bite her?
Around the chest area. It was weird.
Bite me until I bleed.
And I was like, I'm not. No, that's not. No. No. Well, you try to be cool with a lot of stuff, and then and I was like, I'm not a zombie. I'm not tearing chunks out of people's flesh. You
Yeah.
know,
I
like
can't fist girls. I did it once
I've
by
never tried to
request,
fist a girl.
and
I've never tried to fist.
I
a girl.
didn't want to, but she wanted to be fisted, and now I can't
Oh
look
my
at vegetable
God.
oil the same way again. And like, I don't know what you do with your fist while you're inside a girl. Like, I'm trying to make a like fake sign language. Like, is this working? What am I doing? I have giant fucking hands, dude. I couldn't stop thinking about like
big old mitts.
how little my dick must be doing if this is what you need.
Yeah.
Speaking of fit, a girl told me to punch her. That was it.
that's a weird
I've
one.
had one of those. I was like, no,
Like missionary, she was like, punch me. I was like,
no.
what?
Yeah.
And, like you like stop. You like just
Yeah.
it like shocks you. You're like you're like, wait, what? She's like, punch me. I'm like, no. Are you fucking crazy?
Where?
Yeah. You want me to punch you in your face?
Nothing feels like more of a trap than the girls that are like, hit me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Grady?
Yeah. Well, I mean that kind of, it wasn't even a punch, it was a slap, and even that I was like, which I didn't. I did it soft, and she's like harder, and I'm like, I don't think that's a fucking good idea, you know what I mean? Because you're immediately going to like, oh, I'm gonna go to prison. like
I
for
just picture
sure.
my face trying to explain to a cop. like,
Exactly.
No, she
There's
wanted
no
me to hit her.
fucking like. I was like, ah.
See, he just thought about
So,
me going
yeah,
to jail for 4 years.
Yeah, there's blood running down my lips. It's like, no, she told me to, officer. It's like, yeah.
I know it's not good to do bits on a podcast, but like,
it is.
I have a new bit that I'm trying to work on, which is like, because I was in a relationship for 2 years, and I got really good at making her come, and then so I was like, I'm amazing at sex. Like, I'm the fucking man. I'm great at this. And now, single, and you hook up with new girls, and you're like, oh, this doesn't work. You're
You're just like the little 7-year-old kid who learned how to spam one Mortal Kombat combo.
exactly. Like,
Easily freezing people.
oh, shit, you have different controls. I gotta figure out some new shit.
That is the worst when you finally learn, like, oh, this is how you, like, focus on the clit. And then you, like, meet a girl whose, like, clit is super small. And you're like, wait, where is it? Like, wait, what the fuck? The last one had, like, a big-ass button.
Yeah.
I knew what to push. I knew what to mess with. And you gotta, like, dig into their fucking...
The relationship
echolocation.
only like lasts while you're figuring it out too, because once you get super proficient, it always ends.
Yeah.
Like once you both get to where everyone like knows what the other person wants, and you can bang out good sex in like 10 minutes. It always falls apart immediately. There's never been a time where I just got to enjoy all the progress.
It's funny. Well, you can find me at Will_Logan. Now that you've all seen all of us talk about it fucking. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it when we close on fucking. We should close all
fun.
of these on fucking.
Dude, that's sorry. I keep on going back, but like, I've just started doing stand up again, and I'm back into like what you do when you're new at stand up, which is all the material super dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's all you know what I mean? And like sometimes I'll have like an interesting premise, then it's just like, what if I inserted cum into that?
I'm over here talking about Korean corn dogs. And then I'm like, if I make that the sex move Korean corn dog instead of the fat guy stuff, then it'll work.
Yeah.
In fairness, most advancements in history have been a dude thinking, what would happen if I put cum in that?
And I'm not like a clean cum, but I don't like it's, when you're opening up, like you're jerking off. It's like it's just like, man, this is a lot. This is a lot.
So anyway, after you finish your big flourishes, please get up for Dan Soder.
One of the coolest comics I ever opened for was Dan Soder.
Oh yeah, he's a
That's an impressive name on the resume.
I certainly can't say the name of this comic, but there was a certain comic that was blowing up at the time that I thought was absolutely terrible, and the way that they talked about their career was, I thought they were just lying. There's been this thing. People might be able to piece together who it is. There's this thing that comics do that I can't stand. Like certain famous comics have done this thing where it's like, when networks were still a thing, they were getting network jobs.
Yeah.
Like they were on television shows. They got specials
Yeah,
by
they were
networks.
getting quadruple a teacher's salary for like 2 weeks.
They got all of those things. Then the internet became a thing, and they started posting clips on the internet, and and then they rewrite their history to go like the industry never believed in me, didn't want anything to do with me or whatever. I built it up by myself. I fucking had to do it myself. That's how I built up my career. And I go, wait, are we going to ignore the fact that you had like representation and other famous comedians and media people pushing you and everything like that? And I'm not saying you didn't work hard or I'm not saying you don't deserve the success, but like you did not do this by yourself. But anyway, so there's a comedian that got really famous, and like Dan Soder and I talk shit about this guy for about an hour and a half in a parking lot of a Mexican restaurant. And be like, and you know what else? And then he does it. And can you believe it?
Me and Big J Okerson had the exact same conversation about the exact same person. Yeah. We realized that I was opening for Big J Okerson, and I was like, fucking guy. And he goes, this fucking guy indeed. And then we were,
And Dan said the funniest thing. He was like, he's like, no one believes in you. He's like, Viacom believes. It was so fucking good. I honestly think there's no better connection than figuring out someone. Oh, you hate the same person. It's the best connection.
Oh, it's
like,
anytime I go
it's
to
like, oh yeah.
anytime I go to different cities and people are like, "Do you know this person?" and I go, "Do you know this person?" and they go, "I fucking can't stand it." I go, "Oh, thank God! What a piece of shit!" You know,
Yeah.
he still owes me $50.
So hard not to name drop right now. All right, thank you all for coming. Let me get help before I say something.
Love you guys.
Have a good night,
Thank
guys.
Yeah, it's Schultz. Yeah.
Wow. Dude. I was gonna ask you.